When Gadar 2 released, Oh My God 2 also released. Now, in the film, there's also a small dedication by Akshay Kumar where he's singing Urja Kale
Oh,
in
is
Oh My
it?
God 2. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So, do you have plans of watching the film?
Film industry was a dry lake,
Yeah.
and the waters have filled it, and I'm just very happy about that. I want every film to work. We should dedicate songs and scenes to each other as tributes and help each other. That is called being a fraternity together. So I'm glad Akshay has done that.
How did life change after Gadar? Did you see a spike?
First, life changed after Kahona Pyar Hai, but then it changed massively after Gadar. So Sanjay Leela Bhansali, after watching Gadar, complimentary letter to me. And when I had a meeting with him, he said, Ameesha, you should retire now. And I was like, why? He said, because you've already achieved in 2 films, which most people don't achieve in their entire career. Hi guys, this is Ameesha Patel, your very own Sakina, and you're watching Bollywood Hungama.
We're in an age where we're celebrating all kinds of cinema. There's a Pathan that Gadar is being compared to. And Gadar has broken the Pathan record also.
Yeah.
What do you think is the secret? Because एक तरफ एक film है जिसमें all hi-fi, action-packed stuff है. There are dances, there are shoots.
I would say Dil. Gadar is a film which they say is not a film, is an emotion.
Yeah.
And when you have a film that strikes a chord in someone's heart, and every aam aadmi and every person across the board can relate to it,
Yeah.
and take back a piece of the film home with you, like they took back Tara and Sakina and have retained them for 22 years.
Right.
They've retained the music, the love for Tara and Sakina, the dialogues from the film. So we went on raw emotions, we went on purity, we went on family traditions, which can never get old. And I think the formula of Gadar is only this, it's real.
Yeah.
It touches a chord to the heart. It makes you laugh, it makes you cry. But you come home, you think Tara and Sakina belong to you.
True, very true.
And that's what has happened with Gadar the first time and with Gadar the second time. The public thinks we are theirs. And I think we truly are, because this film has been catapulted to the level the first time round and the second time round only because the public thinks we are. So Tara and Sakina belong to the audience,
When Gadar 2 released, Oh My God 2 also released. Now, in the film, there's also a small dedication by Akshay Kumar where he's singing Urja Kale
Oh,
in
is
Oh My
it?
God 2. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So, do you have plans of watching the film?
Definitely when I get over the promotions and interviews with people like you and they allow me time. But I'm very happy. Oh My God 2 has also done well. I'm very happy Rocky and Rani has done well. I'm very happy Barbie and Oppenheimer have done well. I'm happy Jailer has done well. Our film industry was a dry lake,
Yeah.
and the waters have filled it, and I'm just very happy about that. I want every film to work, and we should dedicate songs and scenes to each other as tributes and help each other. That is called being a fraternity together. So I'm glad Akshay has done that. But he's not an insecure actor, so
That's true.
That's great.
Now, Ameesha, from Sonia in Kahona Pyar Hai to Sakina, definitely the S factor is working brilliantly. But kya kabhi aisa hua hai that you have doubted a film and it's become a hit? That you thought that this film is not going to
No,
work so much?
I've never doubted my films that have become hits. I've always doubted the films that have not done well, and some I have doubted that they will. No, I have had faith in some that would do well, but they've not done well.
Can you tell us a film that you feel that should have done really, really well?
Like, I think Yeh Hai Jalwa was one of David Dhawan's best films. Salman has never looked more handsome, and the music and everything was good. But I think because earlier the media, when they gave news, the audiences were not so open about accepting some negative news about their favorite actors. So Salman's accident had newly happened, and so Yeh Hai Jalwa got sidelined. Had the audience been open to it, that was one film that would have done really well as well. Then there was a film called Zameer with Ajay Devgan, where he's my professor, which was a remake of a South Indian Tamil film, which was a national award-winning film. Unfortunately, the producer passed away when the film was about to release, so it couldn't get to the audiences correctly the way it should have had the producer been alive. So there were a couple of films. Like, I didn't think Mangal Pandey needed to be written off so badly the way they wrote it off either. you know. But like films like Bhool Bhulaiya, Race to Honeymoon Travels, I knew somewhere they'd strike a chord and they'd work, you know, somewhere.
And now all these films that we're talking about, you have experimented, and you've experimented really hard, because this is so unlike, you know, just one Ameesha Patel. Jaise aapne kaha, you started off by playing this college student, and
to Gadar, to Hamras, to, you know, the whole gamut.
So we can see that, you know, you're also managing to play along and take that risk. It's amazing. We love that about you. But how did life change after Gadar? Did you see a spike? Did you see?
Absolutely. First, life changed after Kaho Na Pyar Hai, but then it changed massively after Gadar, where people were calling and saying, how do you feel like being the new #1? And I'm like, no different than I did yesterday, because every Friday there will be a new number. I'm just happy that the audiences, I took a risk, and the audiences and fans loved me for taking that risk and loved our film. But what happened at the negative side also is that Gadar set the bar so high that anything less, even if my films were super hits after that, Hamras or Bhool Bhulaiya or Honeymoon Travels, or any of the films that I've done, it would straight be a comparison to Gadar. And you know, a really interesting thing happened. Mr. Sanjay Leela Bhansali, after watching Gadar, wrote a really beautiful letter, a complimentary letter to me. And when I had a meeting with him, he said, you know, Ameesha, you should retire now. And I was like, why? I didn't understand it. He said, because you've already achieved in 2 films, which most people don't achieve in their entire career. Once in a lifetime, a Mughal-e-Azam, a Mother India, Pakiza, Sholay gets made. You had it in your 2nd film. So what next? And I didn't understand it at that time, because I was a kid. I mean, I was so new to the film world, like what he meant by setting the bar high. He said, because whatever you will do now, henceforward, see, Gadar beat a Kaho Na Pyar Hai. It went miles ahead of Kaho Na Pyar Hai. So the audience digested also, and they were like, okay, wow. But now how do you beat a Gadar? You know, so anything that was even beautiful, and films that were beautiful, they were like, lekin Gadar nahi hai. And Gadar doesn't get made, it got made now after 22 years again. Correct. So that worked as a disadvantage many times, because audiences and fans and people wanted Gadar all the time. You know, so, and they compare it to Kaho Na Pyar Hai, Gadar. When you have iconic films under your belt, that's the hard part. Like, people still want Shah Rukh to do this. You know, what chappa lag jata hai, actors get stuck with that. And we try to break out of the mold. It's a lot harder, but you know.
I think what you rightly said, you know, that people get so attached, and they find a role so relatable that they feel ye apna hi hai.
Exactly.
So ye hum
chhedo mat abhi.
Correct. Bilkul chhedo mat. Acha, ye bataye, if possible, I don't know if you did it already, set se agar aap kuch apne paas rakhna chahti, to kya rakhti?
सेट से तो मेरी यादें जुड़ी है, हर सेट से इतनी मेमोरीज है कि यादों के material things cannot compare. You know, my memories are so strong and so beautiful that I will say that my memories are the most beautiful.
Ameesha, thank you so much. This was truly a pleasure, and we can't wait. We really don't want to wait for Gadar 3 if it happens. But finally, please tell us, kya plan hai? Actually, we should also ask you what's next.
Well, a couple of things. The announcements will come soon, and at the right time, like the Gadar announcement was made at the right time, the announcements will be made. But of course, as an actor, you know, you're open to doing so much work. OTT is a whole new world. I'd love to do some interesting web shows. I hope people can even see me in a comedy role, which I attempted with Yeh Hai Jalwa with Salman. I would love to do an all-and-out comedy. I'd love to do a spy thriller. I'd love to play a detective, a cop. I'd love to play in a murder mystery or a ghost. I'd love to play a period film of the Mughal era, a courtroom drama as a lawyer. There's so much that, you know, I think that I've not tapped yet. So I hope the good scripts and the good work come to me.
Well, congratulations on yet another massive success. We loved the film. We loved watching it on the big screen, and people are going again and again and again watching the film. So congratulations, and thank you so much, Sakku.
Thank you. I'll do this.
Ameesha Patel with us. Thank you guys for watching us on Bollywood Hungama. My name is Urmin.
Hi guys, this is Ameesha Patel, your very own Sakina, and you're watching Bollywood Hungama.